this gently undulating course. There's a time check, an intermediate split at 14.5 kilometers in Saint-Valentin. We're in the Indre region of France, pretty much in the center, just above the center, but right in the middle of France now as we continue our way towards the Savoie. Two good stages done and dusted, two maillots jaunes and another one up for grabs today. And alongside me for the ride, for this quick ride with the tailwind that we have today, is Jens Decker. Jens Decker, this is a really particular... they have taken a fair chunk of time, but just back to the rules here, and we discussed them a little bit yesterday, although I've done a further deep dive. The fourth rider counts, but no team, if you are part of the squad that fits. So just to recap that, first four riders to finish, the fourth rider the time is taken. So basically the fourth rider there, everyone there gets the same time, and that fourth rider now cannot.
And Wout van Mechelen and Lars Kraps are really solid classics riders, so it's going to be hard for the climber to hang on to this, but they don't really have a choice. The fourth rider across the line counts, so even if one of them would have a mechanical problem, they'll have to wait. It's that's the difficulty of this situation. Time trial on the third day, a couple of riders already out of the race, makes it very difficult for a team that's already lost a few riders.
So there is the updated time check. And here are the Canadians just coming through. One rider just off the back there. Again, we just heard that Riley Pickrell was in that little unit. And actually, they've only just lost a couple of the riders in the final. So they would have ridden for the vast majority of the day with 6 riders helping keep that average speed nice and high. But meanwhile, this is the formation of the 4 remaining Belgian riders. And as you said, they're in a difficult situation here. And quite often, or it can be the case, should I say, that...
and Norway will not even have the best time at the end of the day. And with that time limit, was it 25%?
Yeah.
I think it was going to be about 7 minutes, maybe slightly over that, depending on how fast the teams actually go. But 7 minutes is not that much to lose, and if you're dropped from your team, you can in fact lose time in the GC as well. But even worse than that, you could be outside the time limit. But here's the Netherlands.
Well, the Netherlands crossed the line. A little bit of a gap there to the fourth rider. Those last few surges, seeing riders. There we go. Slightly loud sign of the moto, and the unmistakable sight here of the team from the United States of America. Luc Lamperty, Matthew Riccicello, Ian Lopez de San Roman, Brody McDonald, Artem Schmidt and Colby Simmons. That is the United States team. Again, apologies for a little bit of the picture break up here as the moto waits for yet another team to pass by. The team that followed the team of the United States of America will actually be the Spanish team, so they may be the next team that we see on the road.
Ooh, the crash in the final corner.
Well, he needs to get up quick. Remember, he's the 4th man to cross the line, so he's obviously a little bit dazed here, and he's limping across the line. Well, this is where the time is going to be taken. That is not good to see. This young lad is in a state of distress, and he can hardly walk his bike across the line here. What a shame. Never nice to see. Now, this is going to be interesting for them before they're coming into the finish, actually. They started just 3 minutes behind the Belgian squad. They've already finished, but already they're on the outskirts of the town of Issendoorn in this beautiful Indre region of France. The River Thiois coming through. This is our first glimpse of this rather technical.
It does sort of look like this one rider who's currently at the front still on a road bike, so I don't know if that's been an issue or if there's just a rider without a time trial bike. But they've actually done quite a good time at the intermediate, less than a minute behind the Netherlands, and even beating the likes of Ireland in the World Cycling Centre. And there we see the time at the finish. It's a really strong time by Belgium.
That is impressive. Now, they've clearly taken it on the... well, one would imagine on the 3rd rider to cross the line there, because TT bike than others, can't you?
Yeah, just seeing two riders not on the extensions there, that's not a great sign for the Spanish team. I don't think we're looking at the Spaniards to as favourites for this team time trial, but they definitely want to keep their GC hopes up in the general classification, so it's up to them not to lose too much time.
They were down to 5 riders before the start today. They lost Unai Aznar ahead of today's stage. Sergio Gutierrez, Fernando Tisero, Ivan Romeo. Watch out for Ivan Romeo as one of the riders for the overall, as we see the team of Japan cross the line, first man. As we look at the German squad coming into that right-hander, let's hope they don't overcook it. Straight round the bend, efficiently, smoothly, and without incident. The Germans crossed the line, but as you said, they weren't pretty decent result. But right now, they're looking good. We've got rolling across the line, looked utterly spent there. And back to the Swiss squad. So the race relatively young, I would say, compared to the Tour, of course. But 59 editions, missed a couple of editions over the years, including 2020 for obvious reasons. But it's great to have this race back and for the first time on our screens. And I will, as I've done every other day so far, as such a skillful part of our sport, the team time trial. As another squad just wends their way into the final corner. This is the team of Great Britain. Oh, nearly didn't quite overcook that one, but 5 riders strong. Well, GB finished, started without Max Walker. Let's see what time. They weren't the quickest at the intermediate split. Just wait and see what time that the British collective have managed to post. So the Kazakhs posted 30 minutes and 3 seconds. So a solid performance, but it isn't going to trouble the leaderboard. Just over a minute and 10 shy. For Israel. Now, I do know it's a pretty solid performance. 5 riders there, 1 just off the back. Might just be given a separate time there. That will be very close. But well into the last kilometre of this race, given that the position on the course is the Italian team. And here they are. That's quite a technical little chicane. 4 riders down, posted a good intermediate split. But as we were just discussing, now down to 4, and they are getting a little bit ragged. It's a Pelizari moving through and sits in 3rd wheel. So it should be a decent time. They're certainly going to beat the time of the Israeli team. They're well inside. But this is the squad that has set the fastest intermediate split. They're renowned for their prowess on the team of Italy coming into the finish. Poland have posted a 16:38 at the first intermediate split, so they are way down. Well, best part of half a minute and more as the Italians swing into the final finishing straight, the short finishing straight. A solid ride by the Italian squad, and the clock stops. It is the Danish squad coming into the finish. They're having to ease a little bit to make sure that their final rider there, Dolby, is in the mix. It's still Dolby at the back, as you said, the smaller climber struggling. Is there or thereabouts, and the clock stops now. So we'll wait and see. Oof, it's very, very close. So